It's getting a little professional with this little mic setup. Hey. Like, I get the reasoning as to why people put it to the side, but like, I'm not talking to the side. I'm not a side talker. I'm not a side chick, not a side chalker. Hello, and welcome back to Colorless Oranges, where I share my experiences to help better yours. I am your host, Sydney Hyatt, Cinderella, Sydney that girl. And today we're talking vulnerability. I don't care what the title says. That is what this episode is about. I want to begin by telling you I have tried to film this video for many days. I don't know why I'm so emotional about it. You would have thought I was being vulnerable. Oh my God. Look at her butt. Now she wants a photo. You already know though. You only live once, and that is the motto? YOLO? We made it to film this video. I have many days trying to film it. I even tried to film right now. And guess what? The alarm went off in my whole building. My first day off, and like, boom. Anyways, what is the definition of vulnerability, you might ask? Willingness to be seen without knowing how you will be received. Letting people experience you before you feel ready. Showing up without a mask. Allowing possibility of rejection, misunderstanding, or judgment. That to me is so hard. Why? I don't really care what people think about me. Like, when I live my daily life, I think I'm walking around with God, you know, and like, how would you act if you was outside with God, you know? Like, you would be on your best behavior, and that's how I like to walk. So with that being said though, I do get butterflies in my stomach. My heart does skip a beat. I think I might have a heart murmur. I don't really know. There are certain things that are a little bit nerve-wracking for me. Genuinely nerve-wracking, like serious. Like, I will cry sometimes, like, if I'm so nervous. Even the thought of certain things like will take me out. But I am learning to get over it. Like, that's what this video is about. It's to try to help you, maybe if you are going through something similar, if you feel like the world is giving in. I don't want to call this anxiety because I'm not a doctor, and I genuinely feel like anxiety is thinking about the future, and it's like, well, we should just live in the present. I mean, that's like the biggest key factor of this whole entire thing. It's like, stop putting all of the non-real scenarios in your mind to try to psych yourself out. What I'm talking about is being in the moment and being nervous, right? So the other day I went to this casting call that I really wasn't supposed to be going to, but I ended up going anyways. It was supposed to be for my brother because I'm trying to get him to be a model. But they were only taking people that were 21 and over. And, you know, him being 19 and me being 21, I had to go for him. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. So here I am. I go to this thing. I end up going with my manager, mom. She was such a good sport. Even having her there, like somebody who I genuinely don't feel ever nervous around, like nothing can make, you know, scare me or anything like that when I'm with my mom. Even when I'm by myself, but less when I'm with my mom. And even then I was like shitting bricks. I was so nervous, like literally so nervous. And you ask yourself why? It's because I didn't know what they wanted of me. I didn't know how to come in, and obviously the easiest thing to do is just be yourself and be what you are. But in that moment, it was just like, I didn't know what to do. And my mom was like, are you serious? Like, she gave me that like tough love situation that like kind of smacked me out of it. And once I got there, I was like, are you dead ass? I was this nervous for that. It was a shit show, honestly. Like, it's not something, they're not an agency that I would want to align myself with. Not because of anything. I just don't feel like I have the look that they want. I feel like they want a more theatrical type of model, and I'm not that kind of a model. I'm more so like a cutie girl. You know what I mean? Like contemporary type shit, not trendy or anything in that matter. But anyways, I showed up and I was being vulnerable. I didn't know how I was going to be judged, which I didn't care what they thought. Like, I genuinely don't care. Like, what are y'all going to do for me? Y'all not doing nothing. Y'all don't have to hire me, and I know that. That's not the point. It's just like, it was meeting the people. That was one thing. Recently had a client for the Sydney Hyatt edit. Shout out to the Sydney Hyatt. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. I am so funny. No, but I had a new client. I had to help them with their house, and that was very nerve-wracking. I didn't know this person. I didn't know. This is my first time going to somebody's house that I don't know. So it's not like me doing it with for my best friends or for my aunts and like family members and people that I know. This is literally somebody that I met at my job and was like, hey, like I would love your help at my job, at my house. Help me. And that to me was like, oh my God, going to somebody's crib and like, what if they, and it was a whole bunch of these things that it didn't end up happening, but I was still nervous while being there. Another one that kind of cracked this entire like theory and idea for this video up was me talking to somebody new. Now, most of the people that I've dated, I want to say most, even though I've dated nobody, I've been single my entire life. I have no history with anyone because no one knows me. I've known, like I've met, I know them. It's like we're there. You know what I mean? Like it's a normal thing. But coming to somebody that I don't know and just even like being able to put myself out there enough. I can't even post certain things on my Instagram because I feel like it's too much me. And it's like, why don't I want to let people know me? That is the point of it all. That's what me thinking about this scenario with this person kind of opened up for me. It's like, what am I scared of? I'm not scared of rejection because I don't care. I am scared of losing myself. And that's the part that's really getting me. Like it's really, really, really deeply engraved in my DNA. And I don't know if it's just something that I have to learn to deal with or if it's something that I can overcome, Why am I emotional about it right now? It makes absolutely no sense. No, why are you crying about it? For real. I tend to make people the center of my world. And it's what makes me happy. Like it's genuinely what drives me. It's what makes me happy. I feel happiest helping other people. But after coming out of a lot of the relationships that I was in and all of the things that happened to me in the past and stuff, I realized I couldn't abandon myself anymore. Like it wasn't such a nice thing because when those relationships end, I'm the one that's stuck with this whole like vision and this world that was surrounded by you and now it's gone. And so I don't know necessarily where to go. And I think to myself like, well, if you find the right person, then, you don't ever have to worry about what's going to happen if you let go or whatever, because that's not going to happen. But the other part of me has tried to make things work and done all of these things or whatever, and it didn't work out. It's like, girl, cut the optimism out. All right? Like, put this boundary up and learn how to take care of yourself. I feel like I know how to take care of myself. But it's the fact of me wanting to have this like intoxicating, enveloping type relationship. Like genuinely everyone in my life is like in my life. I don't understand the concept of like me and then you. You know what I mean? Like if it's me, it's you and me. Like we're the same. Like for example, me and my brother. Any kind of opportunity that I can see or anything at my job, me and my brother. Or me and my mom. You know what I mean? Like that's that kind of, it's just the way that my mind works. And I've also been coming to understand that like a lot of my life I would say, oh, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. I feel like I had a whole ass epiphany the other day. I was like, I saw this video where they were twins and the mom had finally separated them at like 7 or 8 years old or whatever. And the girl twin, she was like crying. And so the brother came to like console her. And then, they were talking about how she has autism and she, needs her brother and stuff like that. And like in the comments I was reading about how, he's going to be there to protect her forever or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, wow, like this is his job forever. And he came down into this world to do this. And in my head, I was like, he's probably not ever going to be like, oh, but why doesn't anybody else have to take care of their sibling the way that I have to take care of mine? Obviously, I don't know what the hell this little kid is thinking. He's like 8 years old. Who knows? But it cracked something open in my mind where I was like, the rules that were made for certain people are not mine. And it's not fair that I keep putting myself and trying to make these rules apply to me. And back to this whole thing of like, maybe I am just here to have these type of relationships, and like whatever works for me doesn't work for other people, and these are the rules that are made for me. And then it made me think, like, what is the point of colorless oranges then? I sit here and I try to give you guys my experiences, but I don't know how many of you guys can relate to these things. And it made me feel like, well, maybe that's the whole reason why, you know, you don't get signed to get a podcast deal and it doesn't grow, because nobody can relate to you because you're just that different. And it's like a really difficult thing to have grown up with, understanding that you're different. Not different bad or good, like just different. Everything that applies to me never applies to anybody else. I was at a meeting yesterday with my manager and a couple of my coworkers. It was just like a general powwow. It wasn't anything like serious, but like it got serious. I kept hearing the words come out of my manager's mouth, and it was like none of it was about me. And it's like, I understand things got to be generalized. Like, you know, I'm not the only one of this 15 people team, you know, like I'm just one, not the whole team or whatever. But I was like, let it be one time that this makes me feel like I fit in. I feel like every single place that I go to is like, where do you ever fit? And I understand, okay, some of us are not meant to fit in, but it's like, for once, at least, can I just be somewhere that is like normal? Or why is it that I'm always putting myself in places that I don't belong in? Like, what's wrong with me? I try not to put myself in places that I'm not gonna like. Shit is just hard. Like, it's just, all of this is just, you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You try things don't work out. What do you do then? You start building like this fear of being seen. I don't necessarily want to say I didn't ask to be different, because we don't know what happened before we got down here. You know, I didn't know if I like begged to be this completely different person that nobody could ever understand. I really genuinely feel like sometimes I'm talking and nobody understands what I'm saying. I really, really despise being misunderstood. And it's like nowhere and nobody and nothing just understands or makes me feel like good. I'm so sick. Like, I feel like people have like the dumbest fucking things going on with them. They want you to give them advice. You give them the advice, they don't listen. I would love for me to be able to tell somebody how I feel and for them to give me advice. I would genuinely love to hear somebody tell me some shit that I don't know. I think that's why I love school so much, because I always learned a whole bunch of shit that I didn't know, and it was amazing. And it's like, is that the only place that I'm ever gonna feel comfortable at? Like, it's like, you're too white to be black, too black to be white, too Spanish to be this, too Spanish to be that. You're too fly to dress with these people and go to this place, but you're not fly enough because you don't wear this and that. You don't talk this way, so you can't do that. You don't make this, and you can't go here. And it's just like all of these limitations that I've tried not to put in my life, but I'm really starting to see them. Like, there is nothing for me to do, nowhere for me to go, nothing for me to, like, I don't know. And I think my nerves, I genuinely think these nerves are coming from the fear of the unknown, because there's never been good. Like, even, I'm gonna be honest, you could even find, I know I'm sitting here and I'm nitpicking or whatever. It sounds like I'm nitpicking, but I'm really not. Like, these are genuine things that actually happen. At school, I could be on the honors roll, and I personally will still feel like somebody's smarter than me. I remember being on the honor roll, and there was this girl, and she was so smart, and I was like, wow, I can't believe like I'm in the same bracket. Genuinely, I understand imposter syndrome. We get it. I know that that's a real thing, but it's when I believe that I am the best at something, oh, you're cocky. Or there's some kind of tower moment that comes and just wipes it out. Oh, you thought you was about to get a promotion, bitch? Go to hell. Actually, go to hell. Oh, like you thought like shit was gonna be easy and normal and like, yeah, no, you're gonna have nerves forever. You're gonna psych yourself out of every single thing because you're just a scary cat. And you don't know how to move on in the rest of your life. That's how it feels. And I try not to let that voice win. I really do. But sometimes it's just I can't do anything about it. I'm not nervous to go to work because what is anybody going to tell me? And I don't care about those things. But it's just nervousness about losing the things I own because I've lost things before. These are true concerns. But it's like live day to day, Sydney. But it's like, when are you ever going to plan for the future? I want to go see Florence and the Machine in April. I really want to do that. I want to be one of those people that buy tickets and like plan ahead. I don't want to buy it the day of. I'm not a type B person. I'm really not. But it's like these rules that are for society and that everyone else does and I want to do, I just can't do them. Like I can't. Like, it's just not the way that my life works. I allow a lot of the mystery. I allow a lot of the miracles to come in because I give space for them. I have no certainty in anything. Whereas there's a lot of people who know I work 40 hours, I'm going to get $1,000 and then I'm going to pay for this and I'm going to do this and they can manage their money. And maybe they get a miracle once a year. Because there was a time in a little place. My miracles genuinely happen like every day. Every day. Every day. I have no plans of nothing. I don't know anything. And then boom, here's this, here's that, here's this. And everything is a surprise. I genuinely can't make playlists. I can't. Why? I don't like to know what songs are coming next. I know that sounds, I had to think about it because I'm like, I know so many songs and I would love to have like a vibe of this and a vibe of that, but I guess I've gotten accustomed and I just like the idea of the shuffle and I hear a song and these songs and whatever. But then if I put myself on a playlist, it's like limiting me. I'm only going to listen to like these 100 songs. And it's just like not that fun. And I don't want to put myself in that because then you get into a routine. It's like when you have really bad makeup products or really bad hair products or really ugly clothes. Like you're just wearing that and like your life doesn't feel upscale enough and you're not happy enough. I don't know what it's been. Oh, I do know what it's been actually. I haven't came home and like listened to music and like vibed. They've been putting me late at work, which I despise. Not because I just don't have a life. Okay, if I go into work at 12 o'clock, I wake up at 10 and I'm getting ready for work and then I leave for work and I'm at work. I get out at 8, 9 o'clock, I'm home, I'm tired, I don't want to do anything. I'm not listening to music, I'm not cooking, I'm not doing anything that I want to do. So I'm not happy and I haven't been happy. And a lot of this is just like weighing on me, giving me nerves, giving me pressure, putting me in a place where I feel like I'm not enough, I'm not doing anything, and I don't know what to do. Other than crash the fuck out. And I think this is me crashing the fuck out. This came about, I wanted to be vulnerable. I want to teach people about vulnerability. Yeah, this is what being vulnerable is like. I don't know how you're going to receive this, and I don't know how this makes you feel. I don't know if this changes your opinion of me. I don't care what your opinion of me is, genuinely. I'm doing this so that you can go out and be a better person. I'm so sick and tired of these people who are just like, have a whole bunch of nonsense going on with them, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that's not even real. And there's actual real things that they need to be worried about. But they're like, I don't like that. And like, you're worried about nothing. Like, the word that comes to my mind is fallacia. Like, get over it and worry about things and I feel like I've been trying to worry about things that are real. And before, because these things were prevalent, like the real things that I'm thinking about were prevalent before, right? Like a new job. I would go to work early, come out early, have time to, dance a bit, shake off the nerves and like express myself. I would have time to apply to jobs and, see where I was going and see what I wanted to do. Now that this opposition has come into my life, it's a whole bunch of BS, things that I do not care about. I'm falling asleep at 8 o'clock and waking up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. How are you that tired? Oh, because you don't sleep. Oh, because you're only getting your 8 hours. Oh, because you don't make time for yourself. Oh, because all of this. Oh my God, I feel like we literally took a left turn and we've just been going down a road. I had a whole thing here of all the things that we were going to talk about. Vulnerability doesn't only mean deep, dark secrets, okay? It's about letting people experience you before you feel like you're ready to be experienced. Right now, this is vulnerability. And I think the more that we practice it, the better that we are and the less scary it feels. Sure, we'll always be vulnerable, but that feeling of like, oh my God. No, for real. Like I have an actual picture in my mind of something. Oh, there's also people who don't have pictures. It's called aphantasia. If you don't see clear pictures in your mind, like if I tell you, imagine yourself on the train. If you can't see yourself, like if you're just thinking of being on the train, but you can't see it happening, you have aphantasia. If you can't see yourself, but it's not too clear, but you understand, but like you could see it, it's like fantasia. Hyper fantasia, I believe, is what I have, where I can actually feel myself. I can feel the motion of the train moving. Like I can see it vividly. There's people who don't, and I don't believe that people don't. I'm like, are you slow? How do you not see that? Oh, look what I put here. I put FaceTiming someone new with no makeup or hair is a mess. Here's the thing. I want to cut all my hair off. Also, talking to somebody new and them seeing you in a way that you don't present yourself normally is vulnerability, right? I thought I could give a damn, but there came a time where I gave a damn. Why? Because I actually, want to make a good impression and stuff. And I tried so hard. Like I was going back and forth with myself, like, oh no, don't do it. Like, don't express yourself that way. Like, don't put yourself out there like that. Like, just don't do it. What's the point? Like, you're gonna get judged and da, 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 da. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Because what is gonna happen? What? Oh my God, Sydney, like, genuinely, if I ever lost an opportunity, I promise you I got 10 more back. And sometimes we stay stuck on that one opportunity that we didn't get, and it's just like, fuck it, it wasn't meant for you. There's so much better. There's literally so much better. And I know it sucks because you really wanted that thing. I know it's terrible. But I realize when you get something better, you kind of forget about that. You know what I mean? Like there will be something that is like, oh, that's why that didn't happen. I got this, and this is 10 times better. Anyways, had that happen to me, had me being open and vulnerable, talking to somebody new and them being like, I ain't fucking with you, I don't like your vibe, whatever. Cool, next. Just wasn't meant to be. But here's the thing, I genuinely feel like we're only, like our energy levels are only attracting things that we need for growth. So if it's something good and it's like, yes, we belong together, baby, when you... just we belong together, not the rest of the song. Then cool. Like that is for growth or whatever. But also, if they're like, ew, I don't like this, maybe you're supposed to learn something from that situation, right? Like if you get dubbed or whatever, like maybe you're supposed to take that and, grow from it. See what is the reason and why that didn't work, right? Like obviously... not every situation you've been in has worked, because if it did, then you would never had a new situation. You know what I mean? Like if every single job, like if the job that you're at worked, like you would be there and you wouldn't have any kind of, need for another job or like to grow, or if like your last situationship or whoever you were with, which I do not condone situationships. If you're in one, leave it immediately. I don't understand how we're so comfortable being with somebody and not having a title. Why are you weird about that? You're so weird. Why don't you love yourself enough? I have something against people that are in situationships. Like, sorry, I paused. You think, girl, listen, you better not ever in your life put yourself in a little quiet box. Oh yeah, his friends know about me. Oh my God. And but like, he just doesn't want to give me a little. Girl, if you do not realize that is you doing that to yourself, right? All the situations that we are in, we've done. I'm not talking about other things, okay? I don't want to hear certain situations from certain people like, oh, well, so you think that this abusive relationship I was in, it was because I made that? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying certain things pop up and we need to visually see it in order for us to learn, right? So if you're with somebody and he's like, I don't fucking know, because let me tell you something. I can't be that girl. I'm not her. That's not me. And I don't want to talk about too much because then I don't want nobody to think I'm sharing their story and But listen, I think it's a really sad thing. I think that we all deserve to be in loving, committed relationships. And if the person doesn't want to give you their time, doesn't want to give you anything that you want, and which you should want to be loved and committed to, because you deserve love and you deserve commitment. There is nothing that changes that. I don't care what you are, what you've been through. Oh, I don't care about this. You're just afraid. And it's okay to be afraid. That's the whole point of this episode. It's fine. As long as we can get over it, as long as we can see it and move on and learn from it and not do it again, not create the same patterns and whatever, you know? I really genuinely hope that we see our mistakes. I don't know if that's my gift from God, being able to see things clear as day for other people. I say that because sometimes I may not see things clearly for myself. As of right now, I feel like if I was to tell myself, but somebody else, like, this is what's going on, like, maybe they would be able to tell me, but I can't figure it out. Maybe I need to sit with myself in silence and like talk to my higher self, like, yo, where do I go from here? What do I do? But situationships, eradicate them. What do you mean? Oh yeah, this is working. How? You're weird as hell. You don't love yourself. You don't care about yourself. You're not giving yourself the best opportunity to be your best self. Eradicate the situationships all forever, and indefinitely, forever. I never in my life, I want to vomit every time somebody's like, yeah, well, because like, I'm just, you think, girl, the moment that he finds somebody else that fits exactly what he wants, has all the boxes checked, he's going to give her a ring. And you're there, the goofy as hell. Oh, well, because I just have to like understand him and respect like his wishes. And I hate a dumb bitch. I do. I'm sorry. I don't care. Oh, but like, we're dating. How long you dating for? You don't date longer than 3-4 months. You do not date longer than 3 months. In my opinion, you don't date longer than 3 months. 3 months is max. Honestly, I'm the type, a month. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I show who I am. I can't conceal who I am. So if you're getting to know me, you've already seen everything within 30 days of knowing me. You've understood that I'm this way, that way, all of this. I'm not here about taking shit slow. No. I don't care about time. Oh, okay, this, get that. We have all this time. No, I might die tomorrow. I don't care. And I want what I want when I want it. And while I talk a big game, I will still be nervous. There's things that make me nervous, and I just, there's certain things that I just got to go slowly and calmly with, I remember when I was younger, one time, I literally forced my best friend to go on a first date with me, and this guy that I had just started talking to, who ended up catapulting my entire life, like, oh my God, destroying me. But then I picked myself back up and I got to where I'm at. But anyways, and actually, I think we should take these things into consideration, because maybe that was me telling me like, yo, this is not good. Don't go. Don't do this. Sometimes that's what those nerves mean. Other times it's like your system is always in survivor mode, so it doesn't really understand like what this peace and like calm and like good things look like, right? So you have to be able to have discernment and see which one it is. For me, I think at the time I was just like, I'm just so nervous. Like, he's exactly what I want, and he has everything that I need, and I possibly wouldn't have changed it, because then I wouldn't have gotten to where I am now, and I wouldn't have learned all the things that I know now. I would have left earlier and wouldn't have wasted so much fucking time of my life. But, I think one of the things too about like dating men and talking to new guys and stuff like that, it's not only that, okay, I know that my life tries to like encapsulate and like, my world becomes them or whatever, but it's also like, I know what happened to me in the past. I know the things that I don't want to happen anymore, and I'm afraid. I'm just afraid, Not that this person's going to do it to me, but that I'm going to allow it. And I don't think that I am. That's why I'm very like, there's a wall high as hell. Fort Knox is small compared to this. The Wall of China is small. Anything and everything, thing that's like around Earth, that the flat Earth people think that we have the dome or whatever, is small compared to the walls that I got up. Listen, I don't. It takes a lot for me to feel comfortable, to even speak. I don't have, And it's like, what happened to you? Were you like battered down? Yes, I was. So therefore, I'm going to take it as slow as possible, try to understand myself and give myself ease and rest. I think that, not being with somebody for this amount of time, I should have gotten over it, and I should have healed from it. Certain things leave a real imprint in your life for a while. I don't know what it is. Like, I have a specific way of showering, and it doesn't change. Even if I try, I feel like a little off. I'm not one of those people that I have to have like a routine or whatever, but like this one thing, it's there and it won't change. And it takes time. Like, I can't rush the process. I can't change how I am right now. Like, it's not a day and night thing. So I'm taking it slow. If I like, and you know what it is too? And can we talk about this too? Because wow, I just have so much. I'm not sorry. You're tuned in. You don't have to listen to this if you don't want to. It's fine. It's fine. I promise you, I personally will waste my time. I've done it before, and I've come to realize it like, and somebody, my brother, put it into very clear words to me one day, and I was like, And then the best part about it is I gave him a response that I realize now. I was like, you lying ass. Like, you're such a liar. First of all, here how this goes. He's like, I'm nervous to hit this girl up or whatever, like to shoot his shot. And I'm like, why are you nervous? Like, you're the most flyest, coolest, amazing kid ever. He's like, well, because I always talk to girls that are like above my level or whatever. And I'm like, but you're like, nobody's better than you, like we're all on the same thing or whatever. He's like, yeah, but like you talk to guys that are like ugly. I was like, well, I talk to these type of guys because they are not, like, the epitome of them is not that they're cute. It's like, they've been through a couple of things and they understand, and they have like emotional intelligence, and they have depth to them. He's like, yeah, I get it. Cause like pretty boys, like they don't know much, whatever. But you see me, like I have this and that. He's 18, whatever. Like, shut up. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But now reflecting on that conversation, I'm like, no, I know why. Cause I'm not intimidated. Not that I can get intimidated by men, because I'm really not. But I just think it's easier. But it's also easier to coast through life and be content with the little bare minimum bullshit, right? So it's easy for you to talk to ugly guys. It is. It is, when you know that you deserve the world. You deserve the most attractive. And then also, too, I think the level of what kind of man that you talk to is what you see in yourself, right? So obviously, whoever we accept as our husbands is what we believe that we deserve. And the times and the people that I was with, I thought I deserved those things. Who they were in the beginning, not who they ended up being, but I obviously stood for a reason, which was to prove my loyalty, and I shouldn't have done that, because I am a loyal ass bitch. I don't need it to prove it to you, because I genuinely don't give, and I shouldn't have gave. Anyways, but I think I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I'm starting to see what I'm not starting. I know, I've always known what I deserved, right? And I know it was just like, am I ready for it? And so you kind of play backseat and you sit back and you watch everything just happen. And now when you want to take the reins and, you got these reindeers to like navigate, you can pick and choose what you want. And I know I don't want that. I know I don't want that. I want that. And that's what I'm getting. So yes, if I got to sit and be a little nervous and like push through, persevere, that's what I will do. I think that honestly too, like certain people will know how to like ease your nerves, like genuinely. It's just in their character to do. If it's something that you got to learn, then I don't really feel that it's genuine. Because now you're just doing it to do it. Not because, it's different. Like, I prefer you to do X, Y, and Z, and I like this and that. That's different. But like somebody who can genuinely soothe you, I think that's like made from God. I said a lot of things here that I'm really nervous to watch back. But fuck it, we all wanna be with a shot caller. okay, somebody did ask me to give them an opinion of something that they said in regards to this topic. I feel like every situation should be approached with vulnerability, regardless of past outcomes. I feel like good comes from it regardless of the outcome as well. Can you speak on if you can agree or why not? All right, my guy, listen. Everything should be approached with vulnerability. You are absolutely right. I agree, because being vulnerable means that you're being yourself. When you put on a front and a mask, you're not being yourself, and then neither of you are really learning. Now, that's easier said than done. It's hard. It's really, really hard to put yourself out there and to really just go and be you and be vulnerable, even when it's 333. Hope y'all can see that. I think being vulnerable is good for you as a person being vulnerable, and good for the other person. Number one, for you, is so that you can learn to just be yourself and it'll all be okay, because nothing is really going to happen to you. And two, it shows the other person that, like, whether they're good or whether whatever happens, like, you know, whether you get rejected or not, you know, it makes it easier. Because at the same time, if I'm coming up to you and I'm showing you that I'm this person and I'm like, oh, something completely other than what I am, we're prolonging a process here. At some point, I'm going to get rejected by you because I'm not being my full self. You understand? So if, like, I go in and I'm like, oh, I'm like this, da da da. Now 6 months down the line, you're like, whatever happened to this? And I thought you was like this. Then what? You're going to get rejected then. Okay, it might hurt. It's going to hurt more because you've already given all this time. Should have just been that way from the beginning. I've been cursing a lot on this episode. Let me tone it down. This is how I feel about men who portray themselves to be this big baller shot caller, and then 6 months down the line, you realize they got not a dollar. Now, me personally, thank God I ain't here for the money. But if you do some shit like that to me, we're done. Oh, I got all this money. Da, 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 da. We're done. Done. Because why was you lying about? What else are you lying about? You know what I mean? Yes, I do believe we should all be vulnerable in every situation possible. Even if that means your manager is going to come and tell you, like, oh, well, can I just play? Even if people come and have some opposition to say, something against what you're saying, let them. Take that for yourself and move on. Also, not every single rule is made for you. Make your own rules. My own rules include taking rest when I need to, doing what I want when I want to, feeling how I feel whenever I feel it, and quitting a job whenever I don't like it. Can I get through hard things? Absolutely. Have you seen my childhood? No, so I don't care about your opinion anyways, whether you did see my childhood or not. And I'm not at a place where I care that you think I need to change anything. This is who I want to be. Me. I don't want to be somebody that makes you feel happy. No, I want to just be myself. And if that makes you happy, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and change my clothes, change my words, my ideas, my mind, just to please you. What kind of service am I doing to myself for that? Now, sometimes do I know I'm being rude? Yes. And I try not to be rude. I don't think I'm a rude person. I try not to be. But sometimes I know certain things that I say with my no filter having ass can hurt some people, sure. I try not to let that be a normal situation. There's that. I don't know. I feel like this episode is extremely long, and I'm excited to hear what you guys think, even though, yes, I'm going to throw shade. Y'all don't comment. Thank you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you for getting to the end and staying long enough to hear me call you a beautiful orange. You're nice, caring, and loving, and an amazing person. And I'm thankful to have you watching this video, liking this video, commenting on this video. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. I'll see you and you in the back soon. Yeah. Also, I got this sweater. Back in 2018, y'all. 2018. Can you believe it? I've kept something this long. Please, I had a dream that Cindy Crawford's daughter, Kaya Gerber, she had invited me to this like modeling thing. And I met all these people. I was like, oh my God. Okay, bye.